Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Festival, a late-night talk show focused around the discussion and analysis of video games. I am the first of three hosts. My name is Jade.
I'm Kaiwa. I'm the second of three hosts.
And hey, it's your boy Cole. I'm the third of three hosts.
All right, so we have a little bit of a different episode planned. It's not a scheduled episode, but we thought it might be fun to have it recorded for posterity. Our selection process for games, we usually go round robin and each pick a game that we want the others to play. But we decided it would be a little fun to have mutual picks in between these personal picks, we call them. The mutual picks, though, we each bring a game to the table and pick from that pool. There's a lot of P sounds in there. So we each pick from the pool of mutual picks. And we were trying to figure out, what's the fairest way? What's the fairest way to select from this pool? And we came up with the idea of debating a game, picking a game, and debating and trying to get everyone to vote for your game. So this is the first attempt at doing that, and we thought it might be fun to record it for posterity, record our personal picks for posterity. And we're just gonna try this out. We have no idea how it's gonna work.
Well, we'll figure it out together.
We'll figure it out together. Yeah. So as for debating, I'd assume that we each get some selling time.
Mm-hmm.
Where we each can weigh in.
We each have to bring our game, present it. And then I'd assume after we each get a chance to present the game, maybe we each get a chance to refute other games.
Like dismantle the other
person. So
Should that
means,
be saved for after each pitch?
Yeah, I think it would be fair to wait until we each get the chance to highlight all the positives of each game.
Yeah.
And then once everyone's done with their turn, we maybe start at the beginning. And I don't know if there's going to be a sequence like, Jade gets he gets a minute to tear apart Kaiwa's game and then another minute for Cole's, or if it's like you just get a sequence, a little period where you just shots fired at all games.
I mean, I'm all for shots fired. This is going to be chaos. I don't know what is going on, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, another fun thing about this is that we are figuring it out as we go along. We're figuring out how we elect the game.
Yeah. Literally, we just thought, let's have a debate and let's just record it. And then that's where we're at. We don't know the process of selection or anything. How it's going to work, the sequence.
Yeah,
if there's a time limit, can someone just filibuster this and just talk about their game for...
if that's a problem this time, maybe next time we'll have to consider having a set time limit.
All right, well, I'm going to go first, and I'm planning
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah,
to
go
be
ahead.
Talking for, well, okay. Well,
you are the first of three hosts after all, so...
Maybe that, since I have to do this introduction stuff, maybe you guys can go first for once. Know how it feels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could easily go first.
I think
Second
it should
of three
go...
hosts can be first of three to go first.
Okay, I'm in for that.
You've got some swagger and confidence right now, so I mean...
I do a little bit. I'm a little bit fired up about my pick.
Ooh.
That's bad news for me.
I think Cole and Kaiwa, you two should go first, to get, just be talking, both of you, at the same time.
Should we pitch at the same time?
Yeah, you guys should pitch at the same time, and then I can go. Just me.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That doesn't exactly sound fair to all three parties there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know.
And we decided we can't vote for ourselves at the end of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, so at the end, I'd assume that, we can't... We got to figure out how the voting thing works, because I feel like it'll be easy for it to be stalemates. But I have some ideas. I have some ideas when we get there, but I don't know if they're dumbass ideas and they only work in my head or not.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But yeah, should we just start with the debate, or what else should we work out? We each get talking time, and then we each get dismantling time.
I mean, ground rules, no nut kicking, let the man present his game,
We have to be good boys for the first section. For everyone's first thing.
Yeah.
No being mean.
Yeah, let him present. Let a man present his game, and then concede his time, and then no holds barred is what I'm thinking.
All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
So yeah, reserve questions. Write them down.
Ooh,
take little
are we
notes.
gonna have a question thing? Okay. After each person's
yeah. Questions
After-
sound good.
each person's selling time, we have a time for questions. But they can't be mean questions. You got to save the mean questions for your
Okay.
dismantling time. Okay.
Okay.
They can only
Yeah.
be questions about the actual game, stuff you're curious about.
Okay.
But then I think for the dismantling time, you can reserve questions for then. What about the dismantling time? Can anybody talk? If I was like if I was shitting on Cole's game, Cole, you can't say anything. You can't be
I
like,
think
that's
we can
not
fight.
true.
Yeah, we can fight about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm going to move my mic away because I think I'm going to be getting heated. I'm going to be getting death heated in here.
Oh God.
I'm going to be talking loud. We got to
This is
be careful
like-
of those clips. Be careful of the clipping because I think we might be getting fired up.
So
It's
much is on the
possible.
line.
Especially if I know what your game is right now. If it's what I think it is, yeah, I'm gonna be getting real mad. Yeah, if it's Minecraft,
We should start off by guessing what everyone's game that
Oh
they
my
have
God.
picked.
That's a really good idea.
You think so? I want like almost a surprise, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Cole sounds like he might be able to pick my game. He might know right now.
Maybe.
No, I was just saying, I think it's fun to guess everyone's game, but maybe you don't have to concede it if it's true.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds more fun. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Kiowa. No, I don't want to guess. I'm not. Let me guess. Let me think for Kiowa. He threw me off with some statements he made before about his game.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, based on what you said in the stream the other night, that it wasn't far off from Roblox.
Yeah.
I took that as a joke, but I'm gonna just slam mine out there. I have a few ideas. First thing that comes to mind, though, for Kiowa's game, I think he might say Into the Breach.
Okay.
Putting that out there.
Only one guess.
And now I don't have to reveal if that's true or not.
No.
Currently. Okay.
So Cole's guess for Kiowa's Into the Breach. My guess for Kiowa's, I'll guess Kenshi. Those are the two that you've been talking the most about recently.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not one of those two, then it must be a secret game.
I'm into those guesses.
Can I concede one thing?
Yeah.
One of you two is correct.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like we know you a little better than you know
So
yourself.
you guys got me figured out pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking shop about this a little bit,
Yeah.
So
And I mean, this is the
fair
recent developments.
I think it's going to be harder going forward after this, but yeah.
Okay.
So what do we
Now-
think?
Well,
My guess
I'm
for
gonna
else's
take
games are.
take my next guess then.
Yeah.
I will guess for Jade that his game is Genshin Impact. I mean, the guy has been going crazy about the game since it came out.
He hasn't
It's
stopped
top
playing
on his
it.
roster. He's been streaming it. I know.
He literally said yesterday, "I'm picking Genshin Impact." He literally said it.
I really did. I did.
But I think that's not his game.
Oh,
I've heard some games, and they've been trying to dupe me, but I think it might be Lisa.
Interesting pick.
I think his game might be Lisa.
all right.
Can I concede something?
Oh gosh.
Okay. Yeah.
Both of you are fucking wrong.
Okay.
Wow. Holy smokes.
I'm glad we're both wrong.
All right, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I have a guess, and it's based on past interactions.
Yep,
recently.
that's very fair.
And my guess is Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Okay.
Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been talking that up, your desire to play it. We even talked about adding it to the mutual pool. So
Okay.
I'm thinking
That's true. It's been discussed
it's been
before.
discussed. Yeah. So that's what my guess for you is.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've been thinking pretty hard about what Cole's pick might have been, and the guy's just such a wild card. His pick could come around any corner.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with Cole.
I think I'm gonna double down with you. I think it is Valkyria Chronicles.
Okay, Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yep.
Okay.
2 votes.
That's fair.
Are you gonna?
I guess
Do you have anything to concede?
If I concede anything about that, it's a bit too revealing because you both picked the same thing.
Oh.
So I can't say without giving like a 100% thing here.
Well, I mean, you won't be directly.
You could
saying
you could just deny it if we're wrong.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to just
Yeah, I guess
come
I
out.
could do that, huh?
or you could even lie to us.
Okay. Yeah. I could do like any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to not acknowledge anything now, but
Okay.
I could do that.
Pleading the fifth, same as pleading guilty, essentially, in our
Keeping his
grace.
cards close to his chest.
All right, well, shit. I guess should we start this thing?
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
sure.
go. I
Who
want
wants to
hear.
reveal first?
Kyle.
I'm-
Well, you have the
I thought
floor,
you
buddy.
wanted to.
Okay.
I'm too nervous.
I'll-
I'm too scared.
I'll go ahead. All right. I said one of you are correct, and that person is Jade. My
Ooh,
game pick is Kenshi.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
A pretty easy one to see coming, that's for sure. I've been talking up Kenshi quite a bit. I've watched a lot of gameplay of it. I've played a bit of it myself. It's a fun-looking post-apocalyptic survival colony management simulator game. It's got about everything a guy could ask for. It's got a limb-based combat system where people can lose their arms mid-combat. There's races to choose from. There's fun game modes. There's even a torso game mode where you can play the game as a torso. Just a crawling torso. Very difficult game. Very different experiences, sort of. Games that are similar to it are RimWorld, like Dwarf Fortress. Yeah,
Okay.
that's about
Okay.
all I got to say. You both
All
are
right.
familiar with Kenshi a bit as well.
I have dabbled. I've played Kenshi for, I think, in a couple hours.
I have never touched it, but I have heard or seen, some bits of
Heard
the game.
whisperings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right.
Okay, so
Questions.
question
yes, any
period.
questions?
I'm going to start. I have a question because as much as I've seen of this game, I really haven't researched it, watched gameplay at any length. Limb-based combat? What? What does that mean?
Yeah, it's got I don't know how else to describe it. It's got a limb-based combat system. Like it maps like the position of the limbs as people swing their swords, and each limb has a chance to just get cut off when they get like hit by a sharp enough sword.
Yeah, isn't it pretty physics? It's like the hitboxes are they're like mapped to the limbs.
Yeah,
and
they're
everything.
tight. Very tight hitboxes is probably a better way to describe it. Like where swords will clash with each other and stuff like that. In fights. Yeah.
From what I've seen, I don't know if am I allowed to
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
no, I'm not going to help you out. Fuck that. Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can answer
perfect.
that
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, I don't think
Sure.
you should offer answers.
Yeah, so that's about all I got to describe it. It's just like a tight hitbox sort of combat system. And when you've got like whole armies of people, like that really comes in handy because it's such a detailed fight on screen.
That kind of confuses me to a degree because this is a management game. This is like you said it's like RimWorld and Dwarf
Yep.
Fortress. So how do you map hitboxes and stuff? Don't the guys just kind of, you click one guy and you say attack him, and then they just kind of duke it out? Like how?
Yep, exactly. And then they just kind of swing like swords or weapons at each other. There's
So
like guns
each
and stuff,
individual
too.
combatant on this like huge game in a huge army, they all have their own hitboxes and are doing unique animations and things.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very unique.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd mention it. It was just, it's kind of cool. Like there's different races too. Like there's these bug type people where their limbs just come flying off if you get attacked. But you can have like, huge. There's trade-offs to having those guys too. Like even bigger armies of people. But yeah, it's just kind of cool when like some of your guys' limbs just start coming off during a fight.
Okay. Can you win this game? Like, is there a victory state?
I don't. So that's another thing I should probably note. I don't think that there's a definitive win. It's kind of just like what's your experience been? Like some people might just become like the king of stealth and just like run around and assassinate like really like noteworthy officials in certain bandit towns, or some other people might just like raise up huge armies and kind of conquer the entire land. You can build bases. It's like a base building game. Yeah, you can get just enormous armies of people and just send them running through the desert, and just like, you can become a slaver. You can become a slave if you're not good at the game. Or if you just need to like get some food, you can become a slave. Yeah. So basically, it's just like you kind of run through the game. There's like tons of weird threats, like alien sort of threats in the game. There's quests that you can do for people. There's like, there's NPCs and like quest lines and stuff even. But I don't believe that there is a definitive end to the game.
So what's the management aspect?
Okay. Management is just sort of like resources, money, food. People can starve to death. Like everyone, it's a desert game, so tons of people can just like starve if you're not keeping track of their like health, their food. There's bandit raids. They'll just come running through the countryside and just swoop up your village and just destroy everything.
So is that the goal of the game, to make like a village? Or is that just one thing that you can do, or like what?
That's one thing you can do. You can actually like become a physical king in the game. Like if you just follow certain quest lines, you can take out like certain leaders of nations in the game and just physically become the leader. You could just start like a drug empire if that's what you wanted to do. It's kind of like the goal of the game is to sort of like fight against the entropy of the desert and like just build something that's like thriving, as opposed to the wasteland that was there before.
So there's the whole game is in the desert.
Well, it's more or less, yeah. It's a massive map, might I add. The map of Kenshi is a very large video game map. It is 870 square kilometers of map. In game. So just a massive, huge expanse. And though it is mostly desert, there are like very unique geological formations, different biome types. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got the game's got this grit to it. It's got this very survivalistic grit.
Yeah, you said it was difficult, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's a fairly difficult game,
like
at least in my experience.
Difficult.
Okay, maybe I played it up a little too much. I don't think that it's that difficult of a game, but I definitely think that it could give some people who haven't played much of a colony management simulator type game before, might give them some difficulty because of how click heavy this game is. Lots of boxes. It's kind of like playing an RTS. It's almost bordering on RTS territory, so that's kind of a barrier to entry, and why it might be like a more difficult game than like Fall Guys. Or Golf with Friends. Okay, never mind. Golf with Friends is a bad example. That game's so hard.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
I guess it
so
depends
it's just
on who you
gotta,
ask.
It's like more difficult than like a Mario
yeah,
or
exactly.
like Brain Age or something like that.
It's like, how does it difficulty compared to XCOM?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Difficulty compared to XCOM, answer yes.
It's about as difficult as XCOM.
Is that? Yeah. What? I was saying, how does it compare?
Oh, how does it compare? Yeah,
Because I think people would say XCOM is hard.
Yeah, I'd say XCOM has more of like a sort of locked like progression system, you know? So even though, yeah, I'd say this game is probably harder than XCOM because it doesn't just hardline you. Here's your next objective. Here's your next objective. It's kind of just like open-ended.
Okay.
You
Where-
make your objectives.
Yeah, pretty much. This is like a kind of a simulator game, I guess, even. Like, this kind of is just like the simulation of like a post-apocalyptic, like, desert world.
Yeah.
So-
How old is it? How old is Kenshi?
I think the 1.0 was released in 2018.
Really? I thought it was older
Yep.
than that. Okay.
It's been developed for a while.
It's been developed for a while, though, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it for my questions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think also it for mine.
All right, so then do we move on to the next rebuttal? Or
Yeah, the
do
next,
we the next game, I should say?
The next seller.
Perfect.
Kiowa, I think a good rule would be that since you went first, you get to pick who goes next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just came up off top with that idea.
I think I'm going to cross the aisle and pick Cole.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah, we
Because
all
I'm
saw that
very
coming.
curious as to what this game is all about. Totally shrouded in mystery.
Well, I mean, before I get into it, can I concede something?
Yeah.
You both said Valkyria Chronicles 4, and you're both wrong.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fair.
My pick for this mutual game is Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Oh, okay.
whoa.
So nice try, but you don't know me too well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, can I ask you something before you start?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did your how much did you piss your pants when we both guessed it correctly?
I was a little surprised, I guess, maybe that Kiowa went along with you, but not too surprised with you
Okay.
because I did mention it would be a good pick.
Yeah.
I knew enough to copy Jade.
I mean, once he said it, I lost. I was out of the running to hide it any longer. But I'm gonna present to you my reasons why I think this would be a good pick. All right?
All right, you have the floor.
All right, perfect. So I think for us, we're all familiar with Valkyria Chronicles 1. We've all played it to a degree. So I don't think too much of this will be new information for you, but for listeners, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is modeled really heavily after Valkyria Chronicles 1. The other games I don't think we really had much access to, but it's like a turn-based tactical RPG of sorts set in, I'm not sure what the timeline would be, but you're running around with all these different unit types on a field. You have so much action points to do your move. It's not like a grid-based tactics game like a Fire Emblem, but you move around in this three-dimensional field with so much action points, and you fire on the enemies with your different unit types. You got tanks in the game. There's RPG elements with R&D development, increasing your different weapons capabilities, your vehicles, using experience that you get in the missions to increase your favorite different unit types, and this is all based on how the first game works. I'm trying to go in a little bit blind here with the fourth one, but you could pick from a roster of different units of different characters that had personality types, and the way that you would perform in combat would give them different quirks. They could be positive ones or negative ones. There is, a main narrative to be going through a linear progression to this game. So I'm sure the difficulty curve is pretty static. I don't think the first game was all too difficult, and I don't think that this one will be as difficult either. Based on what I know, it's a game that would take us about 35 hours main story to complete, so it's not a particularly long game. I'd say it's about a medium length game. It's a beautiful game. It's got a great art style. And I think the number one selling point for this is that right now this game is on sale for like $16 or $17.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
I think that's about it for groundwork. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
That's one thing I should probably have said about Kenshi is that it's on sale. It's not on sale. It's for $30 currently on Steam.
That's
maybe
good
we'll list
information.
The prices.
Yeah.
But we're also, spoiler alert, we're recording this way ahead of time. I don't want to date the episode, but there is chances for our games to go on sale too. You're not going to get a little pass because your game's currently on sale.
My game, if you were to pick my game right now, you would be saving so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cheap. Anyway, questions?
Questions.
I mean, if you know Valkyria 1, you know everything I hear about 4 is that it's Valkyria 1, but better.
Do you have to have played Valkyria 1 to completion to fully enjoy Valkyria Chronicles 4?
From what I have gleaned from others that have played it, you do not have to have. As in any series, I think it probably would help a little bit. Maybe there's cameos. I don't know. Maybe there's references, but I don't think you have to have played the first one to completion, or even that much.
Okay.
I honestly don't have any questions. I've played some games in the Valkyria franchise before, enough to know that they're badass.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm leaning on here. I'm hoping that your guys' familiarity with the first one is enough to coast through this first episode. I really don't think that there is much. If you look at screenshots, you can go ahead and look at videos. It looks like the same game, just crisper, fresher, updated mechanics. There's a new unit type. You got new characters to work with, and they've got the experience of all the past games that they've done.
Oh my gosh! And this is a
Under their belt.
Nintendo Switch title as well.
Well, this is on PC. This is on Steam.
Oh, isn't it also for Switch?
It could be.
Yeah, there's a Switch port as well. I mean, only on Switch. Yep. You're gonna Kiowa. I mean, it's on sale, but you're gonna have to buy a Switch too.
No, this is on PC. This is a Steam game. You can't dismantle my game right now, okay?
Sorry.
You're supposed to ask questions like good ones.
Okay.
There are Switches at Target. I checked. They've got the Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch as well.
So you're saying that for future games we could pick Switch games because you're gonna buy a Switch?
Possibly.
I'll be honest. I know I'm stepping out of the order here, but I didn't pick any Switch games even though I thought about it because I knew we didn't all have equal access.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we all have PS2s, we all have PS3s, Xboxes, whatever, but we don't all have a Switch right now.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Anyway,
yeah, I hope that changes soon.
Yeah. We have time because we do these mutual ones every other month, right? That's the idea, except for I don't think we've revealed our next pick, but that one might be a longer one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yeah.
What kind of questions can I come up with for that one?
I don't think you know. You guys know.
Yeah,
probably not very fulfilling for the audience, but
yeah, what's the audience think about that?
It's like VC1, but better. There you go.
Exactly.
I concede my time.
All right, and now Cole, I just thought of this new thing. Like, now you get to pick who goes next.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm into that. So who All right, it's been a while. Refresh me. Who has gone? Who's like presented a game so
Well, I
far?
presented my game, which was
Okay.
Kenshi.
Okay, so Kai was gone.
Right.
Who else?
Yeah, Kiowa's gone.
Who else is in the chat right now?
I am. I haven't gone yet.
Who? Well, like okay, state your
Jade,
name.
the
Okay,
first
Jade.
of 3 hosts, has not gone yet.
Okay.
He
Well,
can probably go if you pick him.
I don't really see a better option. Honestly, I'm like really looking hard. So
I think your hands are kind of tied in this one, honestly.
All right.
okay. Well, that's not really fair, but I guess I'll pick. Jade. So go ahead with your game or
Let
whatever.
me get pre-game stretch going.
I'm not happy about it, but go ahead.
All right, fellas.
Yep.
Let's see. Why do we play video games?
Here we go.
To unwind.
To unwind, to have a good time, right? So in video games, isn't it kind of interesting that they're, you're playing a role of a character, right? Even if it's not a role-playing game, you're usually assuming the role of something or someone. Isn't that right?
Oh my god.
That is true.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so do you guys enjoy playing games and assuming roles, essentially? By extension?
Yes, you
Man.
could say that.
It really depends on if it's like a good game.
Okay. What dictates a good game for you?
Like it's fun, like I'm having fun and not suffering.
Fun. Huh. That's pretty subjective. What's your idea of fun?
That's like if you want me to be sincere, that's a long, lengthy answer. So let's
Okay,
assume I
don't
gave
be
you a really quick,
insincere.
short one. Be
Insincere.
Okay, like I'm killing dudes, and it's like fun. I'm just
Yeah,
smiling.
usually I like games with fighting. Yeah.
Okay, fighting.
I got like a
Yep.
smile on my face, and it's a good time. I'm
Okay.
not cursing out loud. Only in my
Yeah,
head.
no one likes that.
Something when you take a break from the game and you look at the clock and you're like, wow, where did the day go?
Sure, yeah. Interesting. So, you guys enjoy filling roles of killers. Murderers.
It's Dead by Daylight.
Oh, yeah, it's Dead by Daylight. I can't believe it. It's Phasmophobia.
So, you are not interested...
Are you like revealing the game? Are you talking about the game right now, but not revealing the game?
No, I'm not, I don't think I'm really talking about the game. I'm just trying to...
No, this
Maybe
is
I
a
have-
separate conversation.
I have a couple games picked, and I was just waiting.
Oh, that's not fair.
I know, it's not. I was just kidding. I was not doing that. Anyway, I'll reveal my game. It is a role-playing game, which is why I had the questions there. Very story-driven game. The really dialogue-heavy. Very interesting. Very fun. The world building and character building and writing especially is unmatched from a lot of recent games I've played. I haven't laughed as much playing a game as this game. I know we're talking about smiles, but I haven't laughed as much. Like, this game is very, very funny. It's very fun, very enjoyable. Extreme diverse dialogue trees and options. And
Okay.
beautiful art style. Very, very unique game. I haven't really played anything like it personally, but
Wow.
my game is Disco Elysium.
Ooh.
Disco Elysium.
Yes. So in this game, you assume the role of a amnesiac. Is that the word? Amnesiac?
Yep.
Yep. You assume the role as a drug-addled alcoholic after a drug and alcohol-induced amnesia state. Basically, you are thrust into this role of a police officer solving a murder case in this sort of rundown area of a city, and you build your character in extremely unique ways. it's interesting, people will say it's like a role-playing game. You think of role-playing games, there's stats, you're building up equipment, you're leveling up, you have a party, you have a party, right? You got a party of buddies who have different skills and stuff. In this game, you sort of level up your psyche and your physical abilities in different ways. And your psyche and your physical abilities almost talk to you as if they were your party members. So you build these skills up, and, if you build up the drama skill, then the drama skill will be, you'll be good at being able to tell if people are lying or, acting yourself, assuming a role. But in the inverse, your drama skill is like super, sensitive, right? So your drama skill will be talking to you like, ooh, this guy's acting. And then you'll be able to point it out, having leveled up your drama skill. But at the same time, your drama skill will maybe say like, ooh, this guy, he probably doesn't like you. He's being really mean to you. And it'll change your dialogue options. Like every conversation, you can roleplay as a character in extremely unique ways. And that's why I wanted to pick it, because I know we could build our characters in a plethora of different ways and have a really, really good time talking about the mechanics and the dialogue and the story and, everything in between.
Okay. Yeah. I follow you.
I'm open for questions.
Yeah, so this was based on a board game at one point, right?
It was based on a pen and paper game that the developers made themselves. They basically created the world and made their own role-playing game to fill out the world.
Wow.
So it's just, you can't play it anywhere. It was just for them to develop this world and this game system essentially for this game.
Oh, I see.
How long is this game? You played it?
Yep, I played about halfway into it, I believe. I have some experience with it.
So that
I should have looked up. The price is currently $39.99 US, I believe, on Steam.
Which
is not currently on sale. That's correct.
Okay. And you have halfway into the story, you have about how many hours?
Okay, Disco Elysium, it's looking about 20 hours just doing the main story. Main and extras, 28 and a half hours, courtesy of howlongtobeat.com/gameid?ID equals 57335. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Completionist is about 40 hours. I have 25 hours on record. I made 2 different characters because I wanted to see how different things could be.
When you say you made different characters, you're not like making your own unique custom guy, right?
You're not creating a character. No,
you were
you're
going
filling
down
the role.
You were building a different character, like stat-wise and progression and whatnot.
Stat-wise, persona-wise, characterization-wise, yeah, it's really varied, extremely varied.
Okay.
For example, my first character, the one I played the most on, I'll give an example of the character interactions and stuff. This character, I wanted to be sort of a strange, in tune with the world, almost spiritual, like guy who looks in like almost like a monk character. Not monk like Punch, but Monk, the that detective show. When he's he seems to be like off in his own world, like examining weird things, kind of thing, right? He's like in tune with things around him in a strange way, right?
Like a Zen state sort of
like
thing?
Almost like a Zen state, yeah. But I wanted to do that, but also like really be into drugs. So my character is like a super drug addict, like not really doing typical detective things, but still like progressing this case and finding clues and stuff by just because there's this skill, I think it's called
Yeah, so there's the skill.
Yeah, there's this because there's all these different skills you can level up.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Just give us the gist here. We don't need specifics.
Okay. Yes. So this character would basically like conceptualize and see and hear things that like almost weren't there. Oh, it's called Inland Empire. It would have like an internal voice talking to him and being like, whoa, check that. You think there's like a door to lead to this thing and you have a good feeling about it. You know what I mean? And then I'd go, okay, I'm going to go find that. Right?
Yeah.
And then I would find like a step. It wouldn't be like, oh, you found clues to do anything. It would be you just, you know, your weird inner voice talking to you. Sometimes it would lead you to bad things, but sometimes it would lead you to good things. And that's cool about each of the skills is they have good and bad aspects. Just like real life. Just like your real life skills.
It's got some very big cyberpunk vibes as well.
Yeah, it's kind of it's not really like futuristic, but it has this really strange, it has a really cool, very interesting world. And the use of amnesia I hate in games a lot. And I think it's dumb, but in this game it's used very, very well, I think.
Okay.
Especially because you're being introduced to this weird world that's very similar to ours, but really quite different. So, you know, it's funny to go into a room, talk to a guy, and he's like, hey, you owe me this amount of money for the hotel room. And then you go, what is money? Because your guy had, like, he can't, like, you can play it as if you seriously don't remember how to live. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's really, really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking up some stuff about both of these games while we've been talking, and you know, I'm really sold on both of your guys' picks.
It's gonna be interesting. Any other questions for me though?
Yeah.
No,
this game is looking vague. Like the writing, the dialogue, the stuff that's happening. It seems really surreal and up to interpretation. Is that on the money, would you say, or do you think that there's a more concrete way to build your character and play this game?
Oh yeah, there definitely is. I think they're really selling up the sort of the aesthetic of the surrealism and the art looking like that.
And it's noir
but if you wanted
as well,
to, you
right?
can. Yeah, very. So if you wanted to, you can totally build this intellectual detective character who finds concrete facts. If you wanted to, you can build a super physical, like, punch man who just beats the shit out of people and get through the game that way. You know, there's a lot of different ways to play. I just like the surreal aspect personally. And that's how I choose to solve the case myself, but there's definitely a lot of things that you can do. The murder case that you're meant to solve.
The whole game is a murder case.
It's essentially a murder case. There's a lot of things going on in the background in this city. There are, going back to the surreal aspect, there's some interesting things with the world that are a bit surreal, but the story itself isn't surreal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. I'm understanding.
All right.
A lot of this game, and what I know about it, I'm not looking it up. I'm just going off of what you say. It's like hard for me to grasp exactly how this game would play out.
It's Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah,
Very
that's
similar.
the thing in my head that I'm most comparing it to.
Yep.
But you are a
stat
strict
checks.
character and stuff.
You are a character in physicalité.
They have a name and an identity, but
Maybe.
But you flesh
Maybe.
out how they influence the world in the game.
I'll tell you this big thing that really sold me on the game. I don't know if I want to spoil it. It was right in the beginning of the game, okay?
Okay.
But it was
whatever
just,
you need.
it really opened things up for how you perceive your character, okay? Right in the beginning of the game, you have the chance, your little portrait in the bottom left corner is all like scratched out because you don't remember what you look like. Your character doesn't. You have the choice to look into the mirror. Such a minor choice. You have a choice to look into a mirror, but my guy's Inland Empire was like, you're scared to see what's in this mirror. So I never looked in it. So my character, I never know what my character actually looks like. It's always that scratched out thing because I never looked in the mirror. There's also things to do for your name. You can make up a name. there's like funny options for when you introduce yourself that, you can like win skill checks to pick this fake name and introduce yourself as that. Your character does indeed have a name, that's in the story. Mm-hmm. But you can, you're coming in as an amnesiac, and you kind of jump in. It's very interesting storytelling.
Okay.
This sounds like by far the most. Never mind. I'll save that. I'll save that point. I have no further questions.
Interesting. So that means that I'll
until
ready
later.
A defense for whatever that's going to be.
Yeah. Good luck coming up with a defense for something I didn't ask. But more power to you.
You're going to be. I can tell. Okay. All right.
No, I wasn't planning on saying anything about
Sure.
your game.
Sure. So let's move on to the what's next.
Well,
What's next?
do
blindly
we-
attack.
Blindly attack. Yeah,
We each
any
get a turn?
attacks. Any attacks. Go for it.
All right. So are we going to go up and down the line again, or what? Should I be first to
We
I
could
attack?
think
just
it's just
say
free
random
fire.
things about random
Is it
games.
free
if you
fire?
need it.
I mean, I don't see a problem with just the, rattle off any concerns you have about other games. I don't know if you're trying to make your game win or if you're just trying to address your concerns with the other games. But whatever you got, go.
Go. Okay.
I don't know if I've got anything bad to say about the picks other than Kenshi. Kenshi
come
seems
on.
like much
No,
good,
you can't
much less
dismantle
of a
your own
pick.
game.
Don't
What the
fucking-
fuck?
Dude, just fucking point a gun and fire. You're
Nah,
trying
fuck.
to win here.
Nah, fuck
Yeah, well,
Kenshi.
you're pointing it at yourself.
Okay,
dude.
so
What
you're
the hell?
Forget about Kenshi.
You're saying right now, you're basically saying you don't want your game to win. You want one of our games to win.
Yeah, I want to recuse Kenshi as a pick. Is my argument.
Okay.
That's not a good
Interesting.
look, dude.
I mean, this is the first, you pick next time, pick a game that you'll die on a hill for.
No, I would have died on a hill for Kenshi. It's just that I feel like your guys' picks were much better than my own.
So what? We're trying to win over. We're trying to win over Kiowa's thing now. What?
I was interested in Kenshi originally, but then I saw your guys' games and I was like, damn, those games look like a lot more interesting than Kenshi to play right off the bat.
Well, okay. Here's a problem that I think you guys have with your games, and mine a little bit, but to a lesser extent. You guys have played your games already. You already know like what's going on, and
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know. Like I know my game, how it plays, but I don't know anything past that.
Right.
So it's a fresh experience for more of us in that regard, and so like you might already be exhausted of your game a little bit. You've got
me?
that problem. No, not both of you.
Oh,
Like-
well, I mean, then I'll refute that by saying crosscode. And then Kiowa will refute that by saying Hades.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying that it's out of the question
No, yeah.
for that. But
shots
from-
fired, I have to pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
Pull out the
For-
biggest shield.
For Kiowa, it's like, oh, of course he's going to be more interested in these other games because he's never played them.
true.
So
I suppose.
maybe that was an error.
I like. It's not that I'm bored of Kenshi or anything. It's just that,
It's not a
know.
new experience. It's not a
Yeah, it's not a
fresh
new experience for me. Maybe that's why it's colored me a little bit sour since I saw
now you got these
fresh morsels of games that could
these
also
shiny-
be played.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can't vote for our own games anyways. So
Hey, Cole.
Yeah.
Cole, do you think Valkyria Chronicles 4 will capture my attention long enough if it's more of the same of Valkyria Chronicles 1?
Yes, because as far as I'm aware, you liked it. You just, you need to cheat to
Got
beat your games,
little
so you
bored.
never finish your games.
I got a little bored of it.
Yeah? Okay, why'd you get bored of it?
The story didn't hook me anymore, and the gameplay just, starting to get a little stale.
For Valkyria Chronicles 1, I'll concede that. It does drag on a little bit, and the characters aren't as interesting. And yet I've got an insider perspective of someone who has played both games and says Valkyria Chronicles 4 has better characters and will capture you all the way through, including
okay.
so long that you'll want to play the DLC that's included in this cheap on sale right now package.
All right, how about this then? I have a little bit of insider information as to who that person is. And let me ask, this person plays Hyperdimension Neptunia games.
Well, okay, you can't bring a character attack, especially on a third party. Like what?
Yes, I
That's
can.
low. That's fucking
Yes, I
low.
can. I don't care. I'm trying to fucking win, dude. This person plays Hyperdimension Neptunia, beats them, and then
Beats what?
beats the games, plays them to completion, and
Okay.
then goes, "Ooh, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is good."
Okay.
Where's the bad games at?
I think that you're just lying.
I'm not.
I think that you're bringing complete fabrications into this.
That's
And
a red herring.
I think everything you're saying is a red herring.
I'm just saying, man. Are you gonna weigh the option? Weigh what's? Are you gonna weigh? Are you gonna weigh what's? I can't even say it. Are you gonna weigh what someone who has played and enjoyed the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, what they say about Valkyria Chronicles 4? Are you personally going? Are you thinking that's a reputable source?
I do, because right now you are looking really bad with all of these lies and this slander.
Then I don't think I want to play any
You're
games recommended by
you're
Cole
resorting
from
to
now on.
such low, dirty tactics right now that I'm honestly a little offended.
So pick, just pick Disco
stick
Elysium.
to the game.
We came
right?
to this
Stick to the game.
podcast as
No.
friends, and we leave as enemies.
Because guess who fucking didn't stick to the game? You, just now, when you said, "Ooh, but my friend played the game and said it's good." That's the exact same thing. All I'm doing is countering that point.
Okay, fair.
So fuck you.
Fair enough, but I also didn't lie.
I didn't either. Because
You know-
I've watched this person play Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online on stream for hours. And he loved every minute of it.
I'm not going to even talk about the games that you like and enjoy. And then you're bringing this Disco Elysium shit to the table.
This game is probably... No.
Yeah? Yeah, what is it?
It's a cut above this generic anime bullshit.
Is it really, though?
It's a truly unique game. Yeah, they do something
Yeah, it
completely
is
different.
extremely unique to a degree that I'm, like, put off by it. I don't think I want to go through this. Like, it seems like a big, convoluted, complex mess. I don't like the art style. I don't like the surrealism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to put up with this right now.
Okay, well, you might have to.
Yeah, if you win, but
And
I
it
don't
will
think
be
you
worth
will.
it. And it will be worth it.
Why
because
would it?
you need to challenge your mind. You need to constantly do new things as a human being to grow.
Yeah, I'm doing that,
And you
but I
don't-
don't need to
you
play
don't-
Disco Elysium.
You don't need to be
specifically.
playing the same anime gun game over and over again because that is mind mush material.
Why don't I just go?
MMM.
Why don't I play a
Valkyria
game
Chronicles
of D&D?
4 is mind. Valkyria Chronicles 4 is mind mush material.
Mush.
Mush.
You got a problem with
I'm
mush?
good. I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm gonna have to fact check that statement.
Yeah, please do. I'm gonna be looking through some more screenshots of your pick.
I don't need to because I've seen it.
You have?
Seen all. Yeah, it's the same as the Valkyria Chronicles 1. Probably nothing new.
I mean, it's
Don't
a
have
good.
anything-
I think
I've
that's a
seen
good thing. I think
100
that's a good
animes.
thing, and should be a positive. You know what it looks
Okay.
like. You know it's beautiful and better this time because they've got so many years worth of advancements in technology.
Or
I'm
is
reading.
it? So you think like Assassin's Creed Odyssey is good?
I think it looks better than the older Assassin's Creeds. Yeah.
Do you think it
by a lot.
improves the gameplay and makes the game just more fun? You think every subsequent Assassin's Creed game is
Yes.
just better?
Yes.
Okay, go play Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Well, I didn't say I liked Assassin's Creed to begin with. I'm just saying I bet that they advance the mechanics.
What
And
about the
the-
Call of Duty games?
Yes, I bet that they get better mechanically and aesthetically.
Okay.
I'm reading a peer-reviewed Polygon article here. It's titled "Valkyria Chronicles 4 isn't for me, but it taught me what it is."
Huh. I don't understand that statement.
Yeah, I don't
understand
either.
it either.
It should have said Valkyria
a
Chronicles 4.
muddled mechanical mess has opened my eyes to an entire genre.
Wow.
So it sounds like they came here and they hated the mechanics, but they also couldn't help but fall in love with the game.
Yeah, well, you know what
Mind
those
push material.
sources. You know what those sources say. Too much water. Oh, Pokemon Ruby Sapphire Emerald. Yeah, too much water. So how much can you really trust anyone on the internet?
Right.
Randoms.
Okay, well.
I'm not gonna go. I could, but I'm not going to go looking for a negative statement about Disco Elysium.
Sure, that's fair. I'm not. That was a third party Kiowa. Right now, we're engaging in this debate.
Yes.
Kiowa's on the sidelines because he basically assassinated his own game.
And now I'm just
Character
watching these
assassination.
titans of gaming clash.
We have to. Okay, right now we're just killing each other.
Yep.
But really, what we need to do, what we need to strategize, I'll let you in on this little tip, is we need to win Kiowa over.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
We need to appease this man.
Right.
So
Okay,
how do we?
that's
But
very
that's only
fair.
assuming that we can't vote for our own games, right?
We can't vote for our own games.
Well, I thought
So
you
then
took
it's literally
Kenshi
my
off the
decision.
table.
That makes it absolutely my decision then.
Yes,
since-
because unfortunately my vote's locked in to the game that I'm hating right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you killed off Kenshi.
All right.
Kiowa killed Kenshi.
Holy. So this is really what we have to do. This Kiowa's gets Ultima pick.
Yes, I mean we solved we solved the issue of a three-way tie on accident
Okay.
Oh, God.
by a lack of confidence in one of the three parties, in the second of three parties.
Not a lack of confidence, but a surplus of interest.
Okay, that's a better way to put it.
All right. Let me start to think about maybe how to win Kiowa over here.
Yeah,
Okay, let me ask Kiowa this. Did you beat Valkyria Chronicles 1?
No.
I rest my case.
why?
Oh.
Why?
Why didn't I beat it?
I beat that game twice. I liked it so much.
I liked it. Oh, man. I don't have a reason for you. I don't have a reason. I just kind of trailed off and I just never came back to it.
And
No,
you see
I
that
remember
thing-
why. I fought that one of those fucking Valkyries.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a hard time beating her. And my team was so strong up to that point. I was just so devastated that I lost to her. And that was about it. I saw my team go down once.
Well, guess what
And
Cole
I was-
has toted for Valkyria Chronicles 4? More of the same. So get ready for that. Except you have to bang your head against the wall to beat the game for the podcast.
Oh,
so it's gonna
come
be extra fun.
on. Dude, come on. How much did you really try to win? Sometimes you had a challenge and you just have to overcome it to really feel good about it, you know?
Oh, overcoming a challenge, kind of like Disco Elysium, seems like a challenging game for you.
It probably has challenges in it. Yeah, no one would refute that.
I mean, to even attempt to play.
What does that even mean?
You said it looks like a challenge. I don't even want to try and comprehend it.
Yeah,
Maybe
a
you
big
should.
complex game, the whole thing.
Okay, I was the one who toted how we shouldn't rely on reviews at all, but I'm the one finding all of these reviews.
Yeah, okay, no, stop. Yeah, you're the fucking judge now. So you
I just
can't
have
look.
to say that this review is very funny. Is this game as hard as the first one? Question mark. I'm stuck in the first game fighting that damn giant tank, and the Valkyrie woman in parentheses Selvaria? Question mark.
Ooh, yeah.
Like they don't even know who it is or why they're fighting her.
And
Yeah, good reviews. They sound
That's one of the
educated.
hardest. That's one of the hardest challenges in that game.
And they're also there. I should note their tag after that review says YouTubers are cancer to the gaming community and need to be stopped.
Yeah,
That's
very
just their
valid
watermark.
source.
That's their watermark on their
Yeah.
posts.
Us at Midnight
Very
Festival hold ourselves to a higher standard, I like to think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not accounting for anything in the review sector, I did like Valkyria Chronicles 1. I thought it had like a fun gameplay method, and going from 1 to 4 sounds like it would be a pretty epic or just it would make it a pretty epic pick.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that gives me confliction is the fact that I'm also interested in Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very fair.
I remember when that game first came out, and Nick got it, and I was playing it, and I talked to this crazy dude who was talking about genetics, and he was talking about he was the perfect human specimen.
This is such bullshit.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even fucking kidding.
No,
and I sent a message.
I believe you.
Shut up. I sent a message to Kiowa. And I said, dude, you need to get this game. This shit is like right up your alley.
I guess we just have to pick games we've already played and cherry pick all the little moments that are going to sell people off.
We didn't make a fucking rule for these picks, man. We just went in and we're going to debate. If you want to make a new rule for mutual games,
I'm just, I'm suddenly having this epiphany, like, wow, I really messed up by not playing through my whole game first before pitching
I'll take Okami off the list. I'll take Resonance of Fate off the list. We'll take Hades off the list for, we'll do that.
Here's the strategy for future episodes. Play your whole game and then, target people with little moments that you figure out, isolate them, and make sure everybody is going to be really sold on it.
I admit that was really sneaky and underhanded, but I also wanted to play and discuss. I mean, that's the basic thing. I want to play and discuss this game with my buds.
Do we want?
All right,
do we want Jade to play through this whole game, again, and then have all of this experience lorded over us, or do we all want to go into a game fresh that we've never played before?
Lorded, what is that?
Like, oh yeah, on all my different playthroughs, I did all these different things that I know of. Oh, what you did? Yeah, I did that in one playthrough. Oh, and what you did? I did that in another playthrough. I've had all your experiences before.
One playthrough only.
Yeah, but you've played before.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to play through it again, or are you just going to use your old experiences?
I never beat the game.
So, but all the early experiences you're going to know. All the first 14 or so hours, depending on how you split your two guys up.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's kind of a turnoff for me. I would have liked to go into this game new, fresh. No one's played it. Like our other games.
So what about like Crosscode?
Yeah, that's going to be very unfortunate because you guys have played it before, and that early experience you're going to have more on me.
Yeah, but you didn't have much of an issue when we brought Crosscode to the table.
We weren't debating it then. We weren't trying to beat each other over the head.
So tough.
That's what I'm saying. Cole's only saying this stuff because he wants to win. He doesn't truly feel it.
No shit, I want to win.
He doesn't truly feel it.
And if I pick someone's game, then the other person is going to have to play that game with the chip on their shoulder.
Look.
And meanwhile, I get to play the game and enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's we knew that going into this.
Don't even consider us at this point. There's some things I could say, that will be interesting after the pick. After you pick.
Yeah, I mean, I have some thoughts about Disco Elysium. Like, when I look at the game, it just puts me off. I'm, like, not into the art style or anything. But I have some concessions I would make afterwards. But I'm not going to tell you right now, because fuck that game.
I don't know. How many fucking anime role-playing games can a guy play?
Infinite.
Like,
look who's talking. An infinite amount. Mr.
And that's
Genshin
why
Impact.
my experience with these games makes me not want to play Valkyria Chronicles 4 because it's just more shit. The story's going to be
more of the good stuff. Better.
The story's going to be dick, dude. It's going to be so dumb. I guarantee it's going to just
it's
fall
probably
off
not
halfway.
going to be the most eye-opening experience ever, but you're still going to have a good time going through it and meeting all these characters, all these different characters.
Oh my god, guys. I seriously don't know which one to pick just because of how much you guys hate the other one.
Look, we're trying to win. We're trying to win here. Okay.
Okay.
I think either pick is going to be fine. But we're throwing the dirt out. We're taking the hidden knives out.
I'm getting mad.
Oh, boy.
I'm getting angry.
Okay. Well,
I'm not getting
how about
mad.
this? How about this?
And I won't be mad regardless. I won't be mad of whatever you pick, Kyle.
Okay.
Could
fine,
we?
Sam. Yeah.
Could we do something here? What if
we're not leaving it up to fate or anything?
No. None of that. What if? Will we be able to make the next mutual pick this game? So whichever is not picked currently, we could just have it set out for the next mutual pick.
We did talk about having the games be excluded, and it would have to be a personal pick.
Yeah, you could bring it back as a personal, so where people could only veto it if it was the most vile thing that they could think of, but you can't bring it back for another debate.
Sure.
I think that's a good rule.
Okay.
As much as it would be a nice, fair way to end this is the first debate. We need to, and we already have some fucked up issues wherein our second of three hosts sabotaged his own game and eliminated the voting process.
It would be nice
That
to have
is
like
true.
a viewer
something.
thing, but
We gotta
Just
have
imagine that voting process though if I hadn't done that.
even more chaotic.
I had some ideas, but I don't know if they would win or if they'd be effective. But anyway, I think we need to at least start upholding some rules here. And I think that the mutual pick. Yeah, we're trying to make a foundation for future debates to iron everything out, so there's nothing to, discuss, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Am I like pulling shit out of? I thought that's the thing. We were like,
You've been
we're gonna
slinging
go in
shit
and
at
make
me.
this...
I just didn't know that you abided by any rules.
I mean, we're in a debate, man. I'm not gonna suddenly be like, oh, I'm lawful good. Fuck that. I'm chaotic evil right now. I want to win.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying for the foundation of these debates and these episodes, we got to figure out bring 3 games. We'll have
Don't
each time to
sabotage
sell.
your own game. That
Don't
should
sabotage
be a rule.
your own game. Sell your game section questions. Dismantle game section free fire debate. Then voting. Then the pool of games. Your games that you brought for the debate are gone. You have to use a personal pick to get that on the podcast.
Yeah.
There's no losers circle pool or anything like that. It's just it.
Okay.
We got to follow
Didn't we
some
talk
of those rules.
about
Yep.
No. Never mind. I can't think of it right now. We had something about carrying over good games from our pools into the future and deciding what was worth it, but I can't remember the specifics. So
I mean,
we'll move
it
on.
is maybe we could figure out something with these games because
let's keep them in mind. Let's put them in a
keep
in a
them in
little
mind,
pile.
but they're not
I guess
gonna be-
these also are not personal picks either.
No,
So
these
it's not.
are
We
debatable.
already put out a bunch of personal picks. So
For mine,
these are
I'm-
sort of.
I tailored mine to a degree. I really have wanted to play Valkyria 4 for a while, but I also thought that it would be a game that you would both enjoy. This wasn't just for me. I went into this like that.
Yep. I can't even be mean. I can't even twist it in a cruel way. Cole, he has been thinking about games that we could all play and like, whereas you and I want to share
True.
games with the others, even if it's something that they wouldn't normally play.
Yeah,
True.
this is
But
it's all about the
that's
strategy.
Also and that's what personal picks are for too. But you and I were utilizing this mutual thing to maybe debate. So I mean, Cole, sure, maybe you get 0.2 of a
It's
point.
a different
for that.
it's just a different strategy. It's not a better one, it's not a worse one.
All right. Yeah,
Well-
that's true.
Well, I think it's kind of high time for me to make a pick.
Okay, hold on before
you-
you make a pick. Remember. Nope. Okay. Yeah.
Do you
just
have
make
any
a
more
pick.
questions?
Yeah,
Any
ask
final
questions.
questions?
I don't think I have any final questions other than the semantics of possibly playing these games, because I'm interested in both of these games. I think they would be both fun to play, and heck, even Kenshi would be fun to play as well. But I don't even see the need for Kenshi to be as pressing as playing one of these 2 games.
Fair enough.
Just saying, speaking for the future, this mutual pick is question marks, right, for January, quote unquote. The next mutual pick is question marks, but the next pick after that is Cole's pick.
Ooh.
Mine's
And
mine's
he
a
hasn't
ways
quite
out.
picked a game yet, so.
Mine's a ways out. Many months.
Yeah, so he hasn't quite picked a game for his, so maybe it could kind of work out in a
I
certain
mean,
way.
it's so incredibly, insanely long from now. I don't know why I would.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really see the validity of that point. But all right,
I'm
whatever
just
you
looking
can get
at
away with, kid.
I'm just looking at the stats here, man.
I picked the first game.
I'm looking at cold, hard words here, and they don't lie. They're telling the truth.
I don't see the relevance. I want that stricken from the record.
It's right in our pinned messages.
Well-
Yeah, can we get that cleared off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll delete that
Character assassination, ladies and gentlemen. Constant.
Gosh.
one. What character?
A good one. A really good one and a cool one.
Who?
Not you. Anybody
Yeah.
but you.
Okay.
I can't wait for this game to be mine.
Fuck.
I cannot wait for you to pick my game, Kiowa,
Oh, man.
so that we can have so much fun.
Oh. Holy smokes, guys. I think I gotta say I'm leaning towards Valkyria Chronicles.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
Alright.
I am leaning
No,
towards
that's
Valkyria
good.
Chronicles. I think it looks super fun. I have been interested in playing the games before. There was talk even of possibly playing this one when we were bringing up a bunch of personal picks as well. It was thrown out there. It was into the mutuals pile, I think, already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give it many points for being on sale right now, but true, that is something to consider.
Well, Scott.
Though Disco Elysium easily could go on sale as well.
Oh, yeah. I'll concede that.
Yeah, I do remember playing parts of the original Valkyria Chronicles game, and I thought, it was a super fun game. There was some stuff that I wish was a little more fleshed out, so maybe being 3 games into the future, it might be a different experience. Disco Elysium, I also would really enjoy playing. I know I want to play it at some point, and I'm hopeful that, that game will turn up, whether it's in a personal pick or in a mutual pick somewhere soon down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your vote is Valkyria Chronicles 4.
My vote does tilt the scales
No,
towards
you
the
have to
Valkyria
be.
Yeah, you
Chronicles.
gotta
have to
decide.
be.
All
That's
right.
why I
Sit here
was
for
going to
half an
interrupt you.
hour.
You
I cast-
can't say I'm leaning.
Okay,
Yeah, I got to
okay.
be like,
I cast my ballot for Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Okay. Fair enough. Look at all
Thank
that.
you.
Dirt throwing didn't even help.
Thank you. It probably ruined your own arguments.
I don't think it did. I think it might have strengthened them.
I do think that it was good. You did it. You put up a good
It
feral fight. Just as
I
you
was
said.
almost scared away. I was almost scared away from it just
For
by
real?
that dirt. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I
next
was
time
like,
I'll rework my. I was doing anything to win. I guess I ended up shooting myself in the foot.
yeah, that mind mush comment just kind of stays in my head, and that's something I'm going to look for that when I'm playing this game, and I'm going to be highly critical.
Mind mush
Okay.
material.
I'll be like,
Excellent.
did I
That's fair.
truly just walk into a mind mush trap? Or am I
That's
having fun?
We
Yeah.
got the name for that episode picked out.
Mind
Mind mush material.
Mind
I
mush
think that's very
or
fair.
Mind mush Valkyria. Huh?
did Kiowa make the right choice, or is Valkyria Chronicles 4
Mind
actually mind mush?
I'd be interested in that. Maybe that game sucks. Maybe we were lied to by our good friend.
So I just wanted to come out and say at the end after you picked, I was going to say, to be fair, yeah, I have no issues with playing Valkyria Chronicles 4 at all. In fact, I think it would probably be a better pick for us as a group than Disco Elysium. Because I know Cole would not want to play Disco Elysium. That's why I wanted
I do want
What?
to play Disco Elysium.
to... Okay.
The secret's out.
Wow.
I do want to play it. I'm sincere that I don't like the art of the game that much, but
Oh.
I do want to
I
play
actually
it.
love the art of Disco Elysium.
Yeah, I think it's
but-
cool. It's
Yeah,
like
that's the
weirdly
thing. It's
cel-shaded.
it's very unique, and I think that breeds a love-hate relationship with it. You know,
I snuck some gameplay footage of both games, and I watched like one of those punching guys go about his business, and that looked pretty cool.
Punching guys.
Yeah, like a
Oh, like
puncher
you
build.
play, like yeah, he was a physical build. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It does seem
I thought it
interesting.
would be a good one to discuss, but I mean, I think I have no problems with Volkron 4.
Yeah,
either.
I would. Yeah, I'd be
the
highly
only
interested
thing
in
I'm
playing
bummed out
Disco
about-
Elysium too.
I have to beat personally, I feel like I have to beat the first one now before I go into that one. That's my only qualm. But other than that,
yeah.
I have no issues. Like, I do want to play it too. It looks cool.
that,
I saw
yeah.
people online saying that the plots, aren't too too reliant on each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
but
that
it's
is
just like
something
a thing.
that is something that is unfortunate.
Yeah,
That it
it's
is
a
part of
mental-
a series game instead of just the first of a line.
Yeah,
Right.
and we never got the third game. That's a Japanese only thing. And the second game, I think Jade and I have both played a bit. Neither of us have finished that one
on
for
PSP. Yeah.
for different reasons. But they're in the same world. I'm sure there's references to the same characters, but it's not a narrative that relies on another game.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go out and say it's gonna be like good or like super memorable. It's just gonna be serviceable. It's gonna be an okay game. Plot.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
Gameplay.
fun.
a good baseline. We can compare experiences.
Yeah, because you can I did a really bad job of explaining this game just because we've all played the first one. But
Yeah.
you can. Thank you for agreeing. I did a bad job.
You fucking did not do very well.
But
I was more agreeing that we all played the first one.
yeah, I know.
That's how you wanted to swing it.
You
then
can-
I won't.
We can pick the different characters from the roster for our teams and have different experiences. And you guys know, those guys all have their own personalities and quirks and stuff that kind of shape how each mission is going to play out, even though it's the same mission.
Yep.
That's the degree of variance in our playthroughs for this game.
I love the XCOM style of games as well.
Mm-hmm.
So then, this sort of game is
I mean,
right up my alley.
The Valkyria Chronicles gameplay is pretty unique too. There's not a lot of games that are like the same gameplay style as that.
Yeah,
It's like
it's-
active time, like you run around and it takes time. Like it's good. It's cool.
Yeah. I'd say Disco Elysium has that very Divinity-esque character building, fleshing out the story of yourself and everything around you based on how you build. And that's interesting, but it's also got like a time and a place for me, and I'm not feeling it right now, but I want to play it someday.
Oh, it's a long time from now.
Yeah, it's a really long time from now
It's
because
a
you
long
lost.
time from now. So hopefully you'll come around on it.
Yeah,
That's true. It is a long time from now.
I guess you'll have to pick it for your personal pick and not have any of the other millions of games for the next one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, at least I'm glad that you would both have been willing to play each other's games ultimately, and
Yeah.
it was just a lot of peacocking that I was witnessing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, a
that
little
maybe
bit.
that lets you rescind your vote a little bit. Maybe we could have like a double back sort of. I'm just-
Nah,
I'm
the
kidding.
ballot's cast.
Yep.
What else
you know
is
what?
there to say?
I
honestly?
think I guess I'm like the host, right? I'm like the first of 3 hosts.
We're,
I'm not
okay,
gonna-
I see where this
I'm
is
not
going.
gonna let us play Valkyria Chronicles 4.
I'm gonna play it
Make
anyway,
us
I
play
think.
Disco. I'm stepping up. This is
Oh wow,
just kidding.
Yeah.
that would be
Flexing.
that would be unprecedented. A power grab, authoritarian tactic.
You built your character in a way that's kind of making you a little delusional right now.
Me? No, I'm not delusional at all. I've never seen things clearer.
Right. I think that's kind of like the exact thing a delusional person would say. Agree to disagree, huh?
Yep.
Cool.
Anyway, so I mean, what else is there?
Yeah, I don't.
At least we came to somewhat of a consensus. At least
Yeah.
we still have some semblance of a friendship with each other.
Sure, yeah, if that's what you want to call it.
After it's been torn to shreds like this, it's little wisps hanging by a thread.
It's going to take a lot to rebuild it.
But it's still
Many episodes of healing.
exists. It still exists to a degree.
Yep. Just in a professional sense.
Only, yeah. No, that goes without say.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to
God.
talk to you anymore. Outside of these little podcast thingies or whatever you call them.
Likewise. And Kiowa, I mean you too, because you chose the inferior game.
Yeah,
but
I did
that's-
vote against.
it's not like a friend. Like we can still be friends, but I definitely like have a very low opinion of you.
I definitely voted with my knife back there.
Mm-hmm.
Plunged it into your back.
Honestly, I'm really happy. Couldn't be happier with you, Kiowa. I think we're going to be getting off to a good start with this game together. I'm going to be talking to you about it a lot, specifically.
It was interesting.
Cole
It was
liked
interesting.
that. Jade will remember that.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting that you picked the game of, the guy that, we never hang out with. and I'm over. We hang out in person and stuff. But yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, you
I'm
do
just
have a
kidding.
point.
No, I think this will be good. Yeah, it'll be cool. It's kind of funny that we're recording this now, and it's so far in the future that this is even going to see the light of day.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
This is just
this-
a mid episode to
Yeah.
No
keep
fucks,
things
yeah.
spicy out there while we finish up our next one.
I guess that's it. I mean, there's nothing else to debate.
Yeah.
I think that this
Case in
was
point.
pretty successful considering we really didn't plan a lot of this ahead of time.
Yeah, I think we got some good methods here. Hopefully, we'll iron them out even more, or maybe think of more funny rules or something as time goes on.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
some
it sounds
feedback.
good to me.
Anyway, though, I hope this was fun for people to listen to as well. I mean, it's not an in-depth game discussion or anything as our normal stuff, but I hope it was a laugh.
We got some information out there about 3 different games. You can play any of them on your own time even and probably enjoy them.
Yeah, maybe even just play like Disco Elysium specifically, because
Yeah,
we're
you could-
gonna be playing
could
that at
do
some
that.
point and cover that in the podcast, and then you'll have like more breadth of knowledge of the game.
Yeah,
That's
you could.
true. All 3
It's
of
a
these
choice.
games are worth playing.
Yeah, even
More
though
than likely.
Kiowa stepped on his.
Even though I
But-
dropped Kenshi at the first sight of one of these other 2 games.
You had positive things to say, but you had your eyes lit up at the other choices.
Yeah. And maybe that's from personal bias. That could be.
Strong.
I need to
personal
talk to my
bias.
psychologist about this episode later. But
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think I do too.
Well, I don't. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly mentally stable, mentally healthy as well. I'm not.
All right, cool. Good for you.
Alrighty. All right, so yeah, we'll wrap it up. Take care, have a great night, and have a happy midnight.
happy
Have
midnight.
happy midnight. Thanks for listening.